Thanks, Colin. We had a great week this last week. Being able to take two from Drake on Wednesday was great. We definitely cut the gap in their conference leading record there on Wednesday, and really just played two of the best games we played all year long, offensively, defensively, pitching. It was really nice to see us come out that way. And get a great start to the weekend, knowing that it was going to be a tough week with Drake and Missouri State, two of the best pitching staffs in the league. And to do what we did against Drake was very impressive. And going into the weekend against Missouri State to take two on Saturday and put ourselves in first place in a position to take over that lead. And two comeback wins. We didn't really pitch great. We had some miscues defensively that gave Missouri State some open doors and opportunities that they took advantage of and put us in tough spots, but our hitters responded and felt like everything that they did this weekend, Missouri State that is, our team responded in every way and was able to put ourselves in position to be successful all weekend, even in Sunday's loss. To be down 6-1 and to respond and tie the game up in the sixth, 8-8. It was our miscue defensively that allowed the opportunity for them to get that lead run in the top of the seventh, but we put ourselves right back in a position to win it in the bottom of the seventh with our best hitters up. I think that's the best thing that we've got going for us right now offensively is we've got our best lineup out there, starting with Bailey Lang, who's really come on as a freshman for us to set the tone offensively. She's a kid that gets on base and has a major power threat. She's got 7 home runs as a freshman right now, and it really sets the tone for us there. Michaela Rettinger in the 2-hole has done a phenomenal job for us this year, getting on base, moving runners, just doing the little things you need to do in that second spot in the order and setting things up for the middle of our order. Chelsea, if they want to pitch around her, that's fine. They've got Caitlin Winnick there, and we've got Alyssa Buchanan right behind her, who's one of our most clutch hitters on the team. Right behind her, probably one of the hottest hitters in the league, Kennedy Bailey. And then you got Courtney Krodinger, who's been solid for us, hitting over 300 as a freshman. I mean, it just goes right down the order. And, so I think our team has a lot of confidence with being able to put up runs against whoever we need to, whenever we need to, and that's a great thing. We set the school record for home runs this last weekend. It was really kind of some gaudy numbers that we put up in the last week as far as home runs go. And the big thing the message I want to get across on that is, number one, we don't try to teach to hit home runs. We know that trying to hit home runs is unsustainable for long term. The reason why we're having success is because if they approach the way we want them to hit every day the same way, home runs will happen, but we're not trying to hit them. And that's the one thing that we're trying to make sure we get across to our team, because it's been happening. We get a walk, we get a home run. That we can't continue to try to hit them. They just happen because of a great approach at the plate and because of a great mindset and doing what you need to do when you get your pitch. That's why we've been able to do a great job hitting home runs. It isn't that we try to teach it. It isn't that we try to do it at the plate. It's happening for us with a great approach, and we have to continue that mindset because it is not a sustainable approach at the plate to try to hit home runs and do everything you need to do by the long ball. When things are going well for us, we're walking, we're moving runners, we're hitting line drives, we're hitting doubles, we're doing all those things that we need to do, and then the added bonus is a home run here and there. But it was a great feat for our team to set the school record for home runs. But I do know it's because of a consistent approach at the plate and not something that we're trying to go out to do. This week, like Colin said, it's a tough week. We're going on the road again, finally back on the road. We go to UNO, who's another home run hitting team. When we faced them early in the year, we were able to really shut down their offense. Alyssa Buchanan was pitching fantastic at that point. Had a great game against them. I think the kid that's leading their team in home runs was 16. She struck her out 3 times. So it's one of those things where we were really good at that point. I know UNO has gotten better so it'll be a good matchup. Trying to decide what we're going to do. We might give some kids some days, a day off because of the grind of the league, and we've got some kids that are still working through some banged up injury stuff. So we're unsure what we're going to do lineup-wise against them, but we got to be ready to go against Drake on Wednesday. That's a big conference game. We got to make sure that we're at our best, especially going into Southern Illinois next weekend, who's the best pitching team in the league right now. They've been losing some one-run games, but their pitching's been dominant, and we got to find a way to stay where we are offensively and see what we can do against Southern. Any questions?
What approach do you take with Nebraska-Omaha, knowing you've got the big game with Drake Wednesday and then the 3 on the road at Southern? How do you pitch off as far as maybe not throw your top gal, or what do you do?
I think the big thing on Wednesday is we got to have all 3 kids ready to go. We don't need to just have one girl ready to go for one game. It's been that way in the past where it's either been just Chelsea or just Jamie Fisher, and make sure that kid's ready to go. Right now I feel good with all 3 of them. Bailey Lang's done a fantastic job in the spots we put her in. Alyssa's getting back into form after her little injury there, and same with Chelsea. And I think we just need to really do a good job of being a staff. And if we go and have all 3 of them pitch on Tuesday and have all 3 of them pitch on Wednesday, I wouldn't be opposed to that. But I think we'll give somebody the ball on both days and just say, get us as far as you can, and be ready to pull the trigger and move to somebody else if we have to.
Is there one that you feel's more effective against Drake than the other after playing him in that doubleheader?
Yes, definitely. Chelsea with her off speed to keep them off balance. Bailey Lang did a really nice job against them, mixing speeds. They're definitely a team that you have to be able to throw an off-speed pitch and at least have it in the back of their mind. Otherwise, they'll just sit on that timing and really get great swings off. And that's one thing where I think Chelsea and Bailey both match up well against Drake. Any other questions? Thank you.